which they do make, they're real, and that they parked this truck at the base of the building and blew it up. But if you look at the building's blown outward.
Whoa.
Like it's blown out. Now, I'm obviously not a fucking bomb expert, but I talked to one.
You should see erect.
He can't stop himself.
All right. Keep going. I need some levity.
If you look at, it did need levity. If you look at the images of the building, if you look at the images of,
I'm not a bomb.
You're an animal. You're a fucking animal. You can't be stopped.
Jack Ranger.
But,
It's crazy.
but I'm interested in the story. I want to hear this.
It's like, look at it. Look how it's blown out.
Oh,
now
yeah.
imagine a
outward.
truck at the base of the building causing all that damage, and the way it's blown outward. Now, it might be how a bomb would, if you had a fertilizer bomb at the bottom of the building. But what this guy was explaining to me, and again, I don't even remember his fucking name. But the guy was telling me, it was like, fertilizer bombs aren't that strong. They're strong. They can kill a lot of people. He goes, but they don't do that kind of damage to a structure. This was his perspective. He felt like there was more to the story.
I think there was stuff in there.
There's always
I forget what
more.
it was.
Well, let's Google bombs. Google bombs were removed from Oklahoma City building.
Boy.
Add Jews to that.
Because there was a story.
You're gonna want to see that autopsy.
No, there was a story, and we'll get to that too. We'll get to the autopsy. But there was a story in the news and on TV about they removed several bombs. This is people that were at the scene right after it happened. So before all the propaganda got into place, allegedly, tinfoil hats securely fastened, they had these guys saying that they were on television, that they were removing bombs from the building, the unexploded bombs.
The news does fuck up.
Every now and then.
But
And
why would they
lie.
not cover that?
Yeah.
That's
No, but
No,
they might have fucked up there. That might not be true.
No, but it happens a lot, like especially with
Yeah.
like a school shooting or something, where they're like, "We've heard there's a second shooter that was
Exactly.
apprehended."
Exactly.
And it's like, and then the conspiracy people latch onto that. And they'll be like, they said that. But it's like
Exactly.
it was
just
some
wrong.
fucking
Right, and then
local
suddenly they're not
fucking
saying it.
Fox.
Well, that was a
local-
big thing with the 9/11 thing with Tower 7. The way Tower
Well, I mean,
7 went down.
What's Tower 7? All I hear about is that for 20
I'll be
years.
honest. What you guys did to
Wait.
Tower 7 was a little out of pocket.
You
dude.
guys were
that
in the
was
building.
brazen.
We could have, and we did.
But I thought there were two
That
towers.
was brazen.
Tower 7
Tower
is
7
a
fell
building that was near the Twin Towers,
That
and it
free
went
fell.
down. It looks like a controlled demolition.
What?
But if you look at the long version of the video, it's different. See, the long version of the video, you see that it collapses in the center before it all collapses all around it. The way they do a controlled demolition is they hit these bombs and they go off in order on all these floors. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
And the building pancakes down.
Like casinos.
What happened with September 11, when you look at the way Tower 7 falls, it falls just like in controlled demolition, but the inside of it collapses first because there was these crazy fires inside the building, and it destroyed the structure from the inside because there was diesel tanks in the basement, apparently.
So what was that? How did those go off? From the
It
heat
wasn't
from the other one?
It wasn't a go off. It was everything started collapsing, and when the top levels collapse, everything just goes down, and the structure just fell apart.
Yeah, but
it all fell apart at the same time.
From what? Like, why did the first explosion
All
happen?
right, stop playing dumb.
Again, I'm
Yeah.
neither.
You did it, you motherfucker.
Your uncle was there.
I'm neither a bomb expert or a structure expert. I don't know how
What
to
did the
make
Tower
structures.
7 people say? What's their excuse? Why did that one go down when
This
it
is-
wasn't hit
that's
by a
the- I'm
plane?
telling you the official story. The official story is there was a lot of damage to the building, and then there was fires in the basement.
From
there was
what?
diesel from the fucking two giant buildings
From
falling
fucking
right
9/11,
next to
dude.
it.
Oh. For being next to
plane
it.
flew
Planes
into it.
hit buildings.
But they didn't hit this plane. So they would have
Okay.
shook and
Two
that would have...
eyewitnesses inside the Murrah building who tested. They observed the bomb squad personnel remove undead. Okay, now we're back to Oklahoma
Hold
City.
on. You got to see his
Jamie,
fucking
you're
autopsy.
fucking with my
Jamie?
timeline.
Hey,
it's okay. But here it goes. Two eyewitnesses inside the Murrah building who attested they observed bomb squad personnel removing undetonated explosive devices from the building after the initial blast. But here's the thing. If you're an eyewitness, and this is a problem, whenever anything happens, it's fucked. And this is what I was saying about September 11 with Tower 7. Whenever anything happens, it's fucked. Everybody's memory's a mess.
True.
It's a mess. You have no
True.
idea what's going on. If you've seen a bunch of people dying, a building collapsed, you hear explosions, you think that a guy fleeing his deli is a terrorist. It's like no one knows exactly what they're feeling because it's such a novel event. It's such an unusual event that never occurs, that all of your senses are on fire and you're terrified and you're also shocked and
Your memories aren't good.
Yeah.
You can't trust them. Yeah.
It's one
I'll
of the
give you
worst times. That's the problem with like eyewitnesses after like someone gets assaulted.
No, Jamie, it's
Oh,
important.
sorry, here's
you
the
read
guy.
it. You read it.
gotta
You're
look
like,
into
yo,
this.
you need to read this.
So here is this. This is the guy who
Killed
was
himself.
that was the first responder on the scene. What was his name again?
Yiki.
Gary Yiki.
This is Yiki. Okay, he ran back and forth into that concrete mass of bricks and mortar all day long, continued beyond exhaustion far into the night. He scraped and crawled and dug his finger till his fingers bled, and then kept digging some more. On a cadre of heroes that day, Terry's performance was outstanding. On May 11th, the following year, he was scheduled to receive the Medal of Valor from the Oklahoma City Police Department. He never got it. He was murdered. Okay, why are they saying murdered? They said
Bro,
suicide.
wait till you read his autopsy.
It's all different.
The official report said suicide in quotes, and anyone who believes an ANFO bomb destroyed the Murrah, I don't know what that means, fertilizer, I guess, bomb, destroyed Murrah and the other surrounding buildings will believe this. According to the report, Terry slashed himself 11 times on both forearms before cutting his own throat twice near the jugular vein. Then, apparently seeking even more private place to die, he crawled another mile of rough terrain away from his car and climbed a fence before shooting himself in the head with a small caliber revolver. What appeared to be rope burns on his neck, handcuff bruises to his wrists, and muddy grass embedded in his slash wounds strongly indicated that he has some sort of help in traversing this
Was
final
that corroborated, or is this a Tripoli site?
No,
Is this like one of those, like,
I mean,
a Tripoli site.
this is the original
Honestly, yeah,
Jesse Smollett.
What is suicide?
Bro, it's riflewarrior.com. It's the most prestigious establishment in all
you
the
don't check
internet.
Rifle Warrior?
Bro, Rifle Warrior is the shit.
Good coffee.
You don't check Rifle Warrior?
let's go full on. Yeah.
Bro, this
it's fair. What do they have to get?
Look at this. The bullet's entrance wound was in the right temple above the eye. It went through the policeman's head and exited in the area of the left cheek near the bottom of the earlobe. The trajectory was 40 to 45 degrees angle above his head. There were no powder burns. No weapon was ever reported as found at the scene, but independent investigation speculated that Yiki shot himself with a standard police issue Glock 9mm or a .357 Magnum. His head would have been far more destroyed than it apparently was. Oh, if he